Hello everyone, this is Chapter 7, part of this Portal 2 Speedrun tutorial videos. This map is Speedramp. First thing you want to do is go out to the right here, and there's this like pixel perfect shot that skips the entire chamber, pretty much. Um, the way you line up for it, or at least the way I line up for it, is if you think about look at these rails that go from the corner. It's I think the sixth one or something. One, two, three, four, five, six. I mean, you won't have to really count it out. You'll get a feel for it after a while. But try to crouch and hold up against this until this is covering the 9 in 1972. And I think you should be lined up at this point. And then aim your crosshair at the little gap between this green block and this metal piece here. There's you should see a little bright spot, and right in the middle there you can shoot a portal. So that's the shot. I'll go through that again. If you're starting at the start, you go out. You'll just have to get a feel for which one of these it is, but if you can't remember, it's like the sixth one from this corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get it to cover the 9, and it's right there. I'll move my portal out of the way so I can show you that again. It doesn't have to be right over the 9. You probably can get it at a few different places, if it's covering part of the 7. I don't know if it's possible to see it from here. Probably is. Yeah, you can still see it from there, but I like to cover the 9. It seems to be a good place to do it from. Anyway, so once you've gotten that in position, head into the chamber and stick your portal in this place right here. You can do it either like this or like this. I think it's easiest to do it like this, because you want to walk into it sideways. And what we're going to do here is sort of a reportal, but it's also effectively a Pika portal. And what's interesting about this is that what you do is you walk into blue and you shoot blue on the ceiling up there as you're falling through. The same kind of timing that you would for a reportal. But be careful, because when you come through here, there's no railing right here, so you can fall and die if you have too much speed coming out. And reportaling does give you a boost of speed, so you really have to be careful. So the reason we put this sideways is that it makes it easier to make sure that you're walking into the bottom of the portal, since that'll mean that you don't go as far when you come out on the other side, and it increases your chances of surviving a lot better. So you want to do something like this. And so I stayed up here and I reportaled, and now my blue portal is up on the ceiling there. So that's it. That's what you're looking for. I'll do that one more time, but I'll just do it again. Walk into the bottom, and just as you're about to fall through, shoot the ceiling. You can also, it helps to hold left a little bit to keep yourself at the bottom of this portal. So as you walk through it, as you sense yourself falling, that time I shot too early, but as you sense yourself falling, you can hold left to try to keep yourself from going too far on the other side. So that works. If you don't go through the bottom of the portal, let's say you walk through the top, often it's going to be a lot more risky in terms of how far you'll go on the other side. Okay, I keep shooting too early, so I'm trying to show what happens. Wow, okay, I'm not used to doing it over here. Like that. See how I got boosted out way too far? So that's what you want to avoid. So just make sure you're entering the bottom of the blue portal when you do the reportal. And then from here, it's simple. Just go here, put your portal back down, and just do a simple jump fling through the portal. Just make sure that you're holding up the whole time to keep your distance out so you make it out to here. If you are holding back in the fling, that's not a good idea. Basically, just do what you need to do to get the fling to go far, which generally means enter the portal sort of going in a down, how do I explain that? Basic flinging mechanics in this game is that whenever you're entering a portal, if you want to fling further distance, you want to sort of be coming at it at a slant. So rather than like jumping from here and falling straight down into it, which can almost make it. You can make it doing that way because it's kind of a lenient jump. But in general, you're going to go farther if you sort of come at it from an angle so that you're moving forward as you're going through it. So something like that, you notice that goes a lot farther. So just keep that in mind when you're making this fling. Although, you don't want to go too far because then you'll go over the trigger quote, which is like right out in front of that thing. So you don't want to skip that because then it makes your elevator ride longer. So you can even just hold up, look up, something like that. I mean, it's fine. It's not that difficult. I go right when he says, change the world. Before I finish talking about this chamber, though, I want to go over some other methods of solving it, or of speedrunning it. If you're not comfortable with the reportal, another thing you could do is enter the room first, and set up a orange runway like that, and then head back over to the start and do this shot. So line that up with the 9, right about there. Okay. And now you don't have to do the reportal at all. You could just do like that to the exit. But that's slower. I would recommend doing the reportal, or at least trying it and seeing how it goes. If you can't get it, then it's alright, you can just do the runway method. But that's pretty much it for that chamber. Alright, this next one's pretty tricky. Start off by shooting that surface over there, doing a couple hops. You have to be pretty fast in this section in order to like get over here to make the gel cycle. Bounce across, and then try to make this gel cycle where the blue gel can go through and paint that ramp. And now, just like that, your gel is all in place. Oh, no, I shot wrong. Hold on, let me restart. That was bad. So I'll go through my portal shots one more time, because I kind of did that quickly. Put one onto the orange gel dropper. I jump over the rails to cut down my travel time. Set up the orange gel to paint that runway while I bounce over. Shoot over there and get blue gel to cover that ramp, and then set your portal here so that now it's just the orange runway connected to the blue ramp over there. And now you got to do this trick where you run full speed at the blue ramp, and when you hit the blue ramp, spam jump multiple times with your scroll wheel, which you should have your scroll wheel set to jump. And what that'll do is give you a huge burst of speed heading towards the elevator. Now, the hard part of this trick is usually not getting the burst of speed, but controlling it so that you land safely at the exit. There's a few different methods that people like to do, and I'll go over all of them, I guess. So one, the simplest probably, but it may be hard to do quickly, is just go perfectly straight. Just try to line up yourself as straight as you can with the runway. Wow, I didn't get the speed boost. I think I wasn't going fast enough. I mean, the speed boost is still kind of tricky and you have to practice it, but... Oh, another thing about this is that in order to go full speed more easily, what you can do is do the crouch boosting method, which is start by crouching, walk forward a few steps, and then uncrouch, and then it'll bring you to full speed right away. So you can see like how it goes, like crouch and then boom, you get that sudden burst of speed. So if you do that, that should help you that should like help you going fast enough to get there. So like this, and then spam jump, and you should hit right in the middle of this pipe and stay centered. And then just jump down from here, and don't enter the elevator right away because there's a speech trigger you want to hit out at the end of these rails. First. Again, enter on like the middle of again. So that's one way you can do it. Another way that I prefer actually, because I think it's a little more quick, or like you don't have to take the time to line it up straight, is I try to angle myself slightly to the right like this. Oh my, I didn't. I tried to slow myself down. I didn't want to go off there. But yeah, I try to take like a slight angle. So basically what I'm aiming for is trying to land in between this pipe and the wall because it's like right next to the wall. So if you land in that sort of wedge yourself into that corner, it'll stop you and you'll fall right down and stay on the platform. But it only works A, if you go far enough, and B, if you don't get this unlucky out of bounds clip that can sometimes happen. So those are the downsides, that sometimes it'll clip you out of bounds and sometimes you won't be high enough. Like if you're too low down, you'll actually fling around the back of the elevator and fall down into the goo over there. But it's still my favorite method of doing this trick. I loaded the wrong save, so let me go and actually load the one I want to do. I'll do it a couple times just so you get an idea of like what it looks like. That time I think I scrolled too late, maybe? I don't know. I don't really have any great advice for how to do the jump spam. I just sort of scroll my mouse wheel when I think I'm reaching the blue surface. There we go. That worked. That time, I don't think I was either not going fast enough on the runway or didn't scroll at the right time. Maybe, I think it was not going fast enough on the runway. I probably should have walked further before uncrouching. Alright. Let me just show sort of the downside to the straight on method. If you're perfectly lined up straight, it should always work. But let's say you're like a little bit off and you think you're going straight. Oh, I got it that time because I guess I landed close enough to the middle. But sometimes you'll like deflect off the tube and it'll kill you instantly. No, it's not happening right now. I'm too straight apparently. Let's pretend I just got on this runway and I'm just gonna go for it. Like that. See how it just like deflected me off? So if you're gonna go straight on, really make sure that you're, right down the middle. Otherwise you can risk having deflects off the tube. You don't want something like that to happen. That's the worst. Hello guys. So yeah, I'll just go through one more time with my diagonal to the right method. Oh, this might not be high enough. Yeah, that's the other thing about the diagonal, is that I ended up not being high enough because I went too sharp at an angle. So you want to keep the angle pretty thin. If you are able to see the area where you're aiming through the portal, that can help. Just like line up with that. Oops, didn't scroll or wasn't going fast enough. So far I haven't gotten the out of bounds clip to happen at all, but I will just warn you, I have had times where I try to wedge myself against the tube and the wall, and like I'm going so fast and the game clips me through the wall and out of bounds, and all you can do out there is like you're trapped basically, but you can kill yourself if you like go down where the goo is. It's annoying, but it doesn't happen that often. It's pretty rare, I think. So I'll run through the whole chamber one more time and that's about it. I don't really feel like showing like other routes for this chamber that don't use this, maybe I'll try to find one.
If you're interested in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us.
If that jump is giving you trouble, I'll show you something that you can do as a backup instead of that. Alright. Oh, and remember, trigger the quote when you get here, and then go in on the word again. Again.
All you gotta do is let us
Alright. yeah, some other backup or other ways you can do the beginning if you're having trouble with like the blue gel jump across the gap is you can just go through your portals for the
If you're
orange
interested
gel.
in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know.
So you can do something like this
Weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put
and
you
then
back
go
good as new.
like that.
In case you're interested, there's still some positions available.
One more route, I guess, and that's it for this chamber. One more route. If you're not having success with the blue gel ramp launch boost thingy,
If you're interested in
I
an
think
additional $60,
another way you can
flag
do
down a
this
test associate
is
and let them know. You could walk out of
get
here
over
with
here
120 weighing down your bindle
and
if you
then
let us
like
take you
send the
apart,
blue gel
put some
there.
stuff in you, then put you back together.
This is sort of more intended route strats. Something like, wait, I don't even know how to do this actually. I don't know the fastest intended route method because I don't do it, so I'm sorry. But if you don't know what the intended method is, it's that you would use blue gel to paint this surface and then put the cube on the button to flip it over and then like go over here. Actually, fun little fact though is that if you're going at top speed on this runway, I don't think you have to paint this at all and you can still make the intended fling. Yeah, it still lets you make it.
In case you're interested, there's still some positions available for that
So
bonus
I
opportunity.
don't know. I know that what I just did right
All you
there
gotta
was
do is
not
let
the
us test
most
associate.
optimal way
We're not
to
banging
do
on
the
you.
intended
We
route,
know how to
but
put a man back together.
you could probably
So
find
that's a
something
complete reassembly. New vitals,
if you
spin
don't
shot
want to
on the
do
old ones,
the
plus
the
we're
boost.
scooping out tumors.
But the
Like
boost
you
is the
ought to see
fastest
us.
way to do it. I'm waiting extra long in the elevator because I didn't enter at the word again or whatever. All right, portal intro is up next. This is a pretty long chamber, but I think it's a good one. And I have a route that I made myself actually as part of it. Alright,
Thank
the
you.
beginning's pretty
We
simple.
want to
You're
thank
just
you,
gonna
people,
bunny hop
for staggering your way through
around these
Temperature Science's
corners, put a
propulsion
portal up
gel
there,
testing. You made some real
put a portal
contributions
on
to
this wall,
society for change, and
head
for
to the
that,
right,
humanity is
shoot
grateful.
up there,
If you
and
hang
here's the
in there,
first
you can still
major
see us
trick.
now.
You're gonna want to
Our
aim
neighbors in
for
the
this
center across
corner
the building.
of the white
For any of
surface,
you out there
not
wondering
down
if
here,
ours is an
but like
unprecedented windfall
that
sitting on
spot
the
right around
second
there.
wall on, I don't know, Carolina
And
Boulevard,
then
that's why.
you'll see there's this staircase and there's these supports sticking out of the wall. You want to try to jump out of here to the right and then don't stop on the support, but rather land and jump, like just land right on it and keep jumping off of the support and then land down at the bottom of the staircase, like that. Um, that just takes a bit of practice. Oops. Put it back in the right spot. That time I didn't jump far enough. Sometimes I jump too far. If you go like this, ooh, that's too far. Sometimes you can save yourself, land over here, and try it again without dying. Oh, didn't hit it. Right there. Alright. But yeah. Oof, that time I didn't jump. But you get the idea. You want to jump and then jump right off of it and land over here. And there's really no alternate way to get up here as far as I know because doing that shot skips like so much. It skips like this entire room. It skips this entire room pretty much. So, oh crap, the door closed. Yeah, otherwise, like if you didn't go there, you'd have to go all the way over here, like turn these switches, and then I don't even know where exactly. You'd probably go up here, and then bounce across this, and then like over here. This is like intended route strats. Oh god. Oh, I got crushed. Yeah, just don't do this. Like, basically, that little jump skips so much stuff just because it gets you up to that staircase early. So, that I'm just sort of showing you, like, the part of the game that it skips. But anyways, so we got this jump. And now we get to go up here.
Welcome to the enrichment center.
Try to jump around these desks. Go down here.
Since making test
Try to shoot
participation
the white part of the
mandatory for all
floor in front of the
employees,
door
the quality of our test
before you
subjects
head
has
over
risen
this way.
dramatically.
And
Employee
then
retention, however,
go press this button. You can press it, I think, like from about this far away. It's about as far as you can do it. And then put your other portal, like we put blue over there, so then put orange on this wall. And what we're going to do here is walk, and just when you're about to go through it, jump and let go forward. So like that. And you see we like jumped out through the doorway, down the walkway. And while you do it, you can like turn your view around to correct itself. So like walk, jump, let go forward, and turn your view around. And then you can like chain that into a wall strafe. And then continue walking down, or jumping across these rails. So that's pretty much like the first half of this chamber. And now we get to the really interesting room, the white gel spreading room. And there's a few different ways you can do this room. I'll go through like fastest to slower methods. I think I'm going to start with the slowest, most similar to the intended route method, which would be just set this portal up, spread the gel across, take your portal across there, and go through the portal where the gel is coming through. And what you would do from here is move the gel sort of counterclockwise around the room until you get to these two big walls. Spread it up from one wall to the next, like that. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, but yeah, I actually failed this. Hold on. When you're spreading it this way, make sure you get some to land on this ramp before you continue it this way. I forgot about that. Alright, but you'd keep this going up, back and forth, until you get to the top. And then you can portal yourself up here. Walk around this corner just a bit, shoot down at this ramp, and remember you can shoot through these graded floors, or graded walkways. So shoot the ramp, and then jump down from here, and fling, and get up here. Yep. So that's pretty much like the intended route. But that's really slow. So we have faster speedrun routes that you can take instead. I'll show the one that I found, which doesn't use any reportals. First of all, what you can do is you don't actually have to like jump down here and shoot through there and go through this portal. If you jump into your portal and then air strafe, you can like air strafe over the wall and get out here right away. That can be useful for the route that I showed before, or for like any route really, except for the reportal route, but yeah. So a faster way to do this would be, you have your gel spreading here, and then you spread it up onto the high part of this wall, and then put it on the top right corner here. And now that has it set up to hit the diagonal surface. And then so once it's there, now put orange on the floor, and this is the trick that I came up with, which is basically you walk through this, you put orange again on the floor, and then you put blue on the ground, and it flings you straight up out of the orange, and you can land up here. So I'll go through that again. If I have blue up there, go do sort of a double fling, and ooh, I didn't go far enough that time. It is kind of tricky to get the right distance. There we go. So that's that. And that's probably the fastest route that you can take through this room that doesn't use any reportals. So keep that in mind. But now, a faster route, and actually I think this is pretty much the fastest route you'd ever want to do in a single segment run. It's a single reportal that gets you right up there. So what you do is you set up these portals in the same place to get it to go over there. And you do a few things. You jump into the first one, and then while you're flinging here, shoot, and then get ready. Like, basically when you come out of the other one, you shoot over the wall, somewhere like on the left side of here, somewhere that isn't like here because that's underneath it, but somewhere towards the left. You're just gonna have to get a feel for where this is. Something that's sort of like next to where this platform ends. And you'd shoot that as you're flinging up, and then as you're falling back through, you would do a reportal on the wall that's painted right in front of you. So I have blue there, so oh yeah, note that by having this portal here, it paints this wall and the area outside both pretty well. So yeah, I would do sort of a wall strafe, jump into orange, and as you're flinging, shoot orange and then blue, and then air strafe to your right to land up here. So what we did was we were flinging up there, we shot this, and then we reportaled this onto the wall. As you can see, it's on the wall now. And we came up out of orange with the extra height speed boost and landed up here. So that's the reportal method that I use. And the rest of this chamber is relatively simple after that. So I'll just do that one more time. You can go into this right away. The gel will be spread. I missed the reportal. If you go for the reportal and you miss it, I think the best thing to do is the route that I showed before, where you go and paint this corner and then have that go across and do this double fling up to the top like that. So I think that's a good backup if you're getting the reportal and you miss it. Crap, I can't tab out to my chat. Okay, well I'll just finish this chapter up as quickly as I can then. Alright, I'm just going to get through this and go to the end now. Orange, blue reportal, and land up here. Alright.
When life gives you lemons,
Don't make lemonade. Make life. Take the lemons back. All this is bunny hopping, by the way. Nothing special here. Alright, here's a trick shot kind of thing. So if you stand sort of like to the right over here, it gives you a better angle on this. You're going to want to aim for the highest up white surface that you can see. If you're not sure exactly like where that is, it's, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th up. And basically just try to aim your shot at the highest point that you can up there. The highest point where it sticks. And once you got that, you can either go over here to this wall, or slightly faster is falling down and going to this wall. I kind of messed that up because I didn't, land right in it. The idea would be to sort of land in the portal before you fall. Hold on, let me go back down to the bottom and just do that. Where's the beginning? Okay, here's the beginning section. Yeah. You would try to do something like that and then jump out of it. Yeah. So anyway, where this portal is basically above this elevator thing. So you jump down to the left and shoot in the middle of there, and then you'd continue jumping down to this corner, fling up, and then shoot this surface, fling up, and do an air strafe to the right to reach this door. If you're not really comfortable with the air strafe, what you can do is when you're flinging up here, just shoot this surface instead, and then you'll go across to the exit door, and that's the end of the chamber. I'll go through this last like elevator shaft section one more time. Just starting at the bottom, you come in the door here, stand over to the right to give yourself a better view, shoot the top portal surface there, go through the other one, shoot there, continue down to this corner, shoot this side, do an air strafe. Oh, I missed the air strafe. That's embarrassing. And now I'm not going high enough, so alright, I'm gonna just pretend that I'm terrible at this game and shoot the backup because I can't air strafe. Alright. Well, at least that illustrated my point of having that backup. Okay, 3 gels. 3 gels is the last chamber in chapter 7. The route starts by putting the portal up there and going through it, jump, and as soon as you jump through it, try to put a portal up on that middle diagonal surface, and then fling out of that. And then, okay, that was really bad. when you do this fling, like try to fling fairly far through it so that you hit that edge. That's the kind of speed that you're looking for. It's going to take some practice to get the right kind of fling. But if you like don't fling far enough, oh, that was actually good. Sometimes you don't fling far enough, and then you'll sort of land here. Actually, that's fine as well. As long as you don't fling and fall like all the way out here, because sometimes you'll like fall and you're like gonna land all the way on this thing, and it's kind of a time loss. But anyways, let me get back to the route. So we jump, shoot that, fling through, and then look to your left and shoot the blue portal, and then fling like that. If you couldn't tell what portal I was shooting, it's the same one that you shot at the blue surface. So basically what you're doing is getting the blue gel to come out of the diagonal portal. There. Oh my god. Let me restart the chamber over. You're getting the blue gel to come out of the diagonal surface, and then you're flinging back out of the diagonal surface yourself. Okay, that wall. Jump, shoot, fling, blue gel, and then fling out yourself. And the blue gel should have painted that diagonal thing. And then shoot this. Jump over to the right here, and try to land. Or even you don't even have to land. You can fling up, put one there, and fling else, and sort of like airstrike to the left and land on this thing. So, and here's where I guess paths can diverge depending on how comfortable you are with this trick. So let me make a save here. First, let me say that once you get to this point, it's a good idea to turn off portal funneling. So I discussed the keybinds for this a little bit in Chapter 6. So if you have a keybind for turning off portal funneling, press that now. And set up a portal here, facing that direction. Make sure it's like, you're standing on here, you're looking, you're putting it right there. Now walk over here and land on this level where it's like graded floors. And here's a trick that only works with portal funneling off because it gives you like more air strafe ability. So basically what you're going to do is walk off the edge here, air strafe like 180 degrees, and try to keep your horizontal speed forward as much as possible. Well, forward being back towards that direction because you're sort of going to like go out and then curve back around. And try to keep your speed as much as possible. And I shot blue up there, so I'm going to shoot orange as I'm landing, as I'm falling on the portal surface down there. And what that'll do is let me come out of blue at an angle to the outside, and then once you come out, you have to air strafe back around and go over the railing of the upper level. So let me just do it so you can see what it looks like. Like that. So I'll do that again just to demonstrate it. Okay, we started here. Curve yourself around. Okay, that was bad. Whoa, I almost was able to make it up again. But you could do it facing the other direction, like turning to the other side if you're more comfortable with that. But basically, that's the skip. And just remember to have portal funneling off when you do it. If you're finding that you're not getting the air strafe, like if you're just looking around without strafing, like if you do this, that's not gonna do anything for you. Like I didn't press any strafe keys that time. All I did was like turn my view around. That doesn't do it for you. You have to hold the same strafe key that you're turning in. So like either hold left and look slowly to the left, or hold right and look slowly to the right. So I'm set up to do it to the left. So like as soon as I walk off the edge, I hold left and look. Oh, that wasn't a good job. Should look a little quicker than that. But yeah, hold left and you would look slowly, keep rotating to the left like that. And that's basically the idea of the air strafe trick. So yeah, I guess I'll finish out the route from here, at least where it converges with the other route that I'm going to show in a second. So once you go up here, there's a trigger around here somewhere that you have to go hit first. So bunny hop over here, and then cut it left back around. That trigger makes this gel start to fall. So hit that, come back around here, and portal your way up, and then you're ready to do the rest of the chamber from here on. But first, let me show the other route that you would have to do if you didn't want to do that air strafing trick. Because some people have a lot of trouble with it, so there is, you know, obviously another way to get through the chamber. Okay, this is the beginning that I discussed earlier. Portal over there. I guess for this you would want to like land here to get less speed, and then you could even land next to this and go through it so that you can start bunny hopping as quickly as possible. And you'd enter this room over here. This is the like actual 3 gels room, and there's a few different ways you can do this room. Although I think I'm only going to show like the beginner route, because I'm assuming, you know, if you're not comfortable enough with the air strafe trick, then you're probably not going to be comfortable with doing like hard tricks in this part anyway, so I'm just going to show like a beginner route. So you put one up there, you get conversion gel to come down, put a portal at the top of this wall part of it, get your runway to come, put the portal here so that you have like one set up on the top and one on the slant, fling across, put one on the white surface, put one on the floor, put that on the ceiling, and then blue. And now from here there's 2 things you can do. Either like there's a fling from the top. Well, the intended route would be to go back down to the bottom and then put these portals in this spot like you had them before, and fling up and do like a double bounce from here, and then you'd bounce off of that. I crouched to avoid the bounce, but you'd bounce off that and go over there. But I'm going to show like a short little shortcut that you could do instead, is that you could have your portal set up like this and jump off of this blue gel and just land straight into here, and then jump as soon as you hit the ground to keep your speed up, and then bounce off of that and get over here. So that's faster, is the second method that I showed, so I would recommend doing the second method. But anyway, now you're back up here, and this is where the other route I showed, we got up to here, so now I'll just leave off, or I'll continue where I left off, right here. You'd come through, let me see, I have my orange portal where the gel is going into, so I'm going to shoot blue here, and now this whole hallway starts filling up with gel. Try to aim for this part of the wall here. It could be anywhere, like from, you know, up all the way there to, I think here, somewhere around there, and then head back towards this wall. Now we're going to do a portal stand outside of blue, look up, and right there, that's the portable wall that you can see, that section. So I'm going to shoot orange and hold left so that I go out through the blue portal, like that. And you can fall down, it doesn't matter. And then there's 2 different things you can do here. You can either, this is the faster way, would be portal up to the top left corner here, and then do like a circle jump through the portal to the right to land in the room with the button. So that would look like this. And you'd press the button. Or I guess a slower method would be, oh yeah, hold on, I'm gonna go do that again. Or a slower method would be, you'd be coming out of the wall up here, and you would like portal, darn it, why did the lights have to turn off? This is annoying. Now I have to go back earlier in the chamber. Okay, we're doing this again. Oh, that was not good. Oh, did I turn back on portal funneling or something? I may have done that. I'm going to turn it off again. Alright, there we go. Hit the trigger for the gel, and head this way. Up here. I need to shoot blue on this diagonal surface. Shoot up high in the hall here, right around there. That's good. Portal stand, shoot up in that little gap right there. And then I guess if you can keep the portal stand, that's good too. Yeah, the other method, instead of doing the jump out of there, would be to like portal yourself over here. This is basically just intended route, and you'd put one up on that surface at the top and jump down here. Oh crap! Okay, see, okay, I guess that's a downside to trying to do this thing. Is that we turned off portal funneling, so the game didn't bring me into this portal when I tried to fall into it. See, it's just like it lets me miss it. It doesn't guide me into the portal. So if you're gonna do this method, make sure to turn back on portal funneling before you do this. You should have a hotkey for both turning it on and turning it off. Alright, so once you're here, press the button and look at the poster like Gladys tells you to. Alright, once it says paradoxes, you're good. You can leave the room. And now, time for everyone's favorite trick, the tube bounce. So, to do the tube bounce, set your portal up highest point on the wall here. And there's two different things you can do. You can start by just, jumping down to the middle tube and stand here and wait for these tubes to come down. And once they're in place, the idea of tube bounce is that this tube, for whatever reason, is bouncy. So you can like jump and bounce your way. Oh my god. I sort of bounced out of control, but the idea is that you can bounce your way in between these two tubes and ride it all the way up to get to the exit. But the tubes are also pretty slippery, so you're going to have to be careful. Like, you really want to stay centered on them or else you might fall off. I have a setup that I use to get tube bounce more consistent for me. So what I do is like line up with the middle here and then put my portal, like I aim my portal aimer pretty much like right between the two tubes, and then I just hold forward, wait for two bounces, and then hold right and look to the right like into the tube, and then just once you're looking at the tube, all you have to do is hold forward and look straight at it, and you'll bounce straight up all the way until you get on top of this like invisible wall up here. Ooh, I fell back inside, so I failed the trick actually just now, but that's because I wasn't really trying. But yeah, so like right now I can't go over this railing. There's an invisible wall that goes all the way around the outside of this. So if you only get as high as where this railing is and think, oh, okay, now I'm done, let's go over, you can't. You have to keep bouncing up higher until you get all the way over the wall. So let me just show like how high you need to bounce when you're doing this. I'm doing my setup again. My setup isn't like the only way you can do it. You can like sort of just jump into it any way you want as long as you can control it and get it to bounce. So basically you want to go all the way to the top and bounce over the wall like that. And now you're up here. Another thing you can do to make it a little bit easier or possibly quicker is when you've got your portal up above the tubes like this and you're watching the ones come down from the top, you can actually jump onto the middle tube while it's still coming down and center yourself, like sort of line it up before they even come down, and that way as soon as they get to the bottom you can go do the tube bounce. And remember to continue holding forward and look straight at the tube for maximum bounce height while you're doing that. Another really cool trick that I'm going to have to show off, even though I wouldn't recommend you to do it in runs because it's just like so unlikely to work, is it is the fastest though, so I might as well try to show it off, is that these tubes are still bouncy like even before they move into position. So if you can get the tube bounce out of jumping out of the wall, that's like really awesome. Let me move my portal over a little bit. Oh my god, I can't shoot the wall. So the problem is like doing this is a lot less is a lot harder just because like the bouncing can throw you off pretty quickly. And the door is getting in my way, so this is going to be really awkward. Because I have like, I'm not centered in the gap. No. No. Never mind. We're not doing that right now. Yeah, we're not doing that. Alright. We'll just do regular tube bounce. Whoa, center myself. Come on. Alright. Okay, that's enough of the tube bounce. Okay, now that we're over the invisible wall, head around this way, up the stairs, and we are done with Chapter 7. So thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned for the Chapter 8 tutorial, which will be coming soon, like right now. Actually, I'm gonna go record that, so check that out. And we're only 2 chapters away from finishing the game, so hype for that. Anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching.